What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today is episode 365. That is correct, Waterboy Faithful. You have a full year of episodes to listen to us. The first 100 to 200 might be very off topic and out of date, but
largely out of date.
But the last 100, maybe if you go back to 265 on the dot,
I think you can
there's some interesting takes.
See my reactions to Kevin O'Connell being hired as the Vikings head coach. That's how far back these episodes go.
You have some raw. You probably have a live reaction to Trey Turner and Scherzer getting traded to the Dodgers. If you go back deep enough.
Yeah, we probably do.
A live reaction, most likely. But it has been a long journey to get to 365, gentlemen. And without further ado, we got to get right into it. But episode 365, and the Indiana Hoosiers are national champions. 16-0, the only team in college football history to go 16-0. Also having a Heisman-winning quarterback, first overall pick in the same year. Everett, that is the greatest season in the history of college football. That's the greatest season ever. They literally won everything. Yeah. So I think it is safe to say that is the most impressive championship.
Yeah, I don't know if you're Indiana and Kurt Signegi, I think the only way to one up what you've done, you have to go three-peat now.
Sure,
that's really
would definitely be one-upping it. Certainly,
well, yeah, but I'm more so saying from how do you one up on a season basis, right? Like obviously a two-peat, back to back. I don't know the last time a back-to-back happened. I don't know if it's happened in college football for a very long time.
In college football, it is one of those Bama teams that it.
Yeah, but
Clemson may have done it.
That would do it, but I don't know if you go 16-0 in back-to-back seasons. I have no words. I don't even know how to begin from there. I don't know who their quarterback's going to be next year is the difference, but I don't know how.
Josh Hoover.
Oh, the TCU quarterback.
Is that Josh Hoover? Hoover. Josh Hoover. Hoover will be their quarterback.
I just don't know how you really up what you did this year. I mean, it's quite literally an impossible task. You cannot do better this year than you really did. From a team perspective.
That was the greatest season ever. Easily, what a season of college football, and now now it's setting in for everyone. We have 9 months until the next college football game, so the long off season over here begins, and I guess there's actually a lot of content now year round with the portal, and we have a new Darian Mensah update. So we won't. College football isn't away; it's not gone. But it is definitely not the same feeling anymore now that we are not following these teams week to week. So yeah, a wrap up on the college football.
What a way to go out, though. What a way for the college football season to end with that game of all games. Also, what a way for Carson Beck's career in college football to end. Kind of going out how he came in. We were waiting for that Sid the Sloth moment to occur. We've been waiting all playoffs, and what a way for it to happen! What a time for the Sid the Sloth play to happen, Grant.
Yeah, no, it came. We knew it was coming. I thought it was gonna. Hopefully, I thought it was gonna come during the Ohio State game. Did not happen. Had to wait 10 more quarters, 11 more quarters for that one to happen. But it was an excellent playoff at the end of the day. It was the whole Ole Miss storyline making noise. Indiana obviously going on their run, Miami going on their run. That was an incredible college football season, and I look forward to 16 next year. 64 in 2 years. It should be exhilarating.
Yeah. Oh boy. But congrats to the entire Indiana fan base on that. All right, Grant.
Okay, actually, quick, semi off topic.
Okay.
What percentage of Indiana Chicago Bears fans believe they're in the Twilight Zone and think this is all just fake? What
Ooh.
percentage? Specifically, Indiana Bears fans.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking. I'm thinking right now. I think just Indiana fans by themselves probably, already think they're in the Twilight Zone. So if you combine that, if you're an Indiana and a Bears fan, it's like 75%.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we're looking at a
of them.
comfortable 75,
Yeah,
85%
it's
of
like
them think
80%
this
of
is
them.
all fake. They're
We're
in
in
the
the
Matrix.
Matrix right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100% in the Matrix.
Yeah, no, we're seeing eye to eye on that. So yeah, Indiana, I know one person in my life who's an Indiana sports fan, and told him soak it all in. The best part about this is you have 9 months to rewatch highlights from the. To this day, I still
Hey.
rewatch Jeremiah Smith Oregon highlights to this day, Everett.
I don't want to hear another word about the SEC being the best conference in college football anymore. The Big Ten has three-peated.
Yeah, it's been a while since I put my Big Ten cap on and supporting the Big Ten conference as a whole on this podcast, but I'm going to put my Big Ten hat on that it's a non-Michigan team who won the Natty. The Big Ten is just on an unbelievable roll right now. The playing field has been leveled compared to the SEC specifically. It has been leveled. We don't see a plethora of talent just go to the SEC every year with the bagmen. Now we have a pretty famous bagman, Mark Cuban and Larry Ellison over here in the Big Ten, and Phil Knight. So pretty solid bagmen over here in the Big Ten. And hey, it's evening out. The playing field is leveling out. And ultimately, that is excellent for that was the biggest problem with college football, was the dominance factor, and NIL and the transfer portal saved that.
We've also seen too, by the way, like the G5 players that they brought in to Indiana, the JMU guys. Like, it's not also just like the size, like money matters, but it's like coaching.
Yeah, I'm forgetting.
Has been significantly better compared to the SEC over the last couple of years.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
That's the biggest thing, because you see not necessarily where the talent, there might be a size gap or a person gap, when it comes to that, like we saw with Indiana, Miami, 6 foot versus a 6'9" guy, both playing lines, right? But the coaching is really where that impact is. That's the separation.
I would say another thing, takeaway and a new lesson to be learned. When it comes to transfer portal player rankings, Everett, I think it's safe to assume that a college coaching staff taking a kid in the portal is going to be better at scouting that kid than a guy at On3.
Yeah,
I think that's safe to assume.
They do not care about the star
transfer
rankings.
Transfer portal rankings.
No,
truly do not matter. High school rankings, I think it's tough to really judge.
I mean, also the end of the day, too.
So
high school rankings, stars, it's taken into account to a degree.
Well, I'll say this. This is just true. Over like a rolling 5-year period, this current 5-year stretch of high school rankings in terms of where they get drafted in the NFL, high school recruiting rankings have never been this accurate.
Yeah.
This is the most accurate they've ever been.
I will say, though, like, coaching staffs also have a very good ability to, you're going to watch film on college players. It's just,
I think when you're watching college,
it's just also very much
it
coincides very much with star rankings, because it's natural eye talent. Like, you're going to look, if you're a guy on On3, you're going to watch a 4-star versus a 0-star in high school, and you're probably going to see a large separation in the style that they play and the talent that they play and how the stats they put up and stuff.
I'll say it's kind of tough when you evaluate for these On3 24/7 scouts.
But
they don't exactly know, like, matchup wise, if they're going up against a scrub or not. Now, I don't think they're as aware.
It's just when you watch high school film, especially, it stands out a lot more, and it's very easy to differentiate the levels of player quality in a high school film. Like,
for example, look up Derrick Henry's high school highlights. You would be like,
watch Joe Mauer's
playing
high school
against
highlights.
Stuart Little. Like, Derek, who are these children he's playing against?
Also, that's the difference, though, because you have coaches who you might not be able to get 4 stars or 5 stars like that, but you can coach up 2 stars and 3 stars or even no stars if, you are. I think Josh Allen didn't. He walked on. He had 0 stars. Like, you can coach up that kind of talent, too. Like, that's where the difference is. And you're seeing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I'd say, they broke the blue chip ratio. Believe it is now only Indiana and the Cam Newton Auburn Tigers who ever won a national championship with an under 50% blue chip ratio this century. So they have entered elite territory. I think it's also very, very safe to say Cignetti's best coach in college football right now. I don't think that's up for debate.
He just took the losingest program in college football history.
Yeah,
and went 16-0, and in 2 seasons he made the playoffs in both of them.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about his year specifically, the whole Penn State fiasco going on, he had a lot going on behind the scenes as well, and just shut those doors immediately the second anyone had even floated it. Shut it down immediately, which, hey, I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit there. But what a season for the Indiana Hoosiers. I'm just thinking of their guys going to the NFL. I'm not sure how many first rounders they're going to have. But
that's the size talent gap.
I think they're going to have a number of guys going day 2, day 3, who are just going to have 7, 8, 10-year NFL careers. I think
I'd agree with that.
A couple of their guys might flame out quick going to the Cleveland Browns, and they might be in a bad org. And hey, I've seen it happen all the time with my favorite guys. Not all of them are going to all pan out, but I definitely think there's going to be a handful of guys that just stick around, and you're like, oh, he's still in the league.
It's the same thing. The NFL, you're going to look at some of these guys and be like, this guy's too small. This guy's not fast enough. This guy's not big enough. But when they play as a team, it works really well with the chemistry. Then you go to the NFL and you might have guys who are too small or are not too big or are not too fast, but they'll do well because they just grind.
They have heart.
And then you'll have other guys who maybe fizzle out a little bit just because of situation, or they just don't love the game anymore. Like, they don't have their heart in it. Like, it's possible, but a team like Indiana has those guys who, like, most of them will make an impact for the teams they go to, just purely not because they're the biggest or the strongest or the fastest, but because they are grinders.
It's gonna be an interesting time. Also, this might be my new favorite temporary meme. This Kurt Cignetti looking
for the line. Yeah.
The creativity that I've seen on this app, Everett, with this meme, unbelievable. Like we are really training the youth and forming their minds to become powerful meme lords one day.
I would just like to say, shout out CJ Stroud for somehow overtaking the JJ McCarthy meme, because now we have CJ walking off the field instead of JJ in the locker room.
Yeah,
my quarterback needed that.
It's a great day to be JJ McCarthy right now. Yeah. It is.
I never thought that'd go away. It has.
Great, just based on, like, no one's talking about me, so it's the greatest day for him. Yeah. But anything else on college football?
I mean, we've got this Duke stuff with Darian. The only thing that I'll say about this is it's just really interesting because I do think this will change the transfer portal, and mainly NIL specifically with regards to that. But apparently there is an injunction or something along those lines right now that is preventing Mensah from actually, like, enrolling in another school and playing football along with, like, the whole NIL issue. So, like, he quite literally cannot leave Duke right now. Like,
so by signing his NIL contract, you're now locked in.
He cannot go get money from another school. He can't go play football for another school, and he can't remember, these guys are students. He cannot take classes anywhere right now because he's in the portal.
That's the biggest issue.
He's in the portal, which is approved, but he can't take classes or enroll in any school, to take classes. So, what do you do?
If we're looking at a profit in college, Darian Mensah has to be the most profitable Duke student of all time for how much money he made while being there. He has to be the most profitable.
Unless the bag man came for
literally at the school.
Basketball stars, but yeah.
I don't I'm not sure if they were paying
I
Jaleel
think
Okafor
it was
10
just
mil.
Coach K was like, "You want to come play for me?" He's
10
like,
mil for Jaleel Okafor? I'm
well,
not
it's also
sure.
Coach K might be one of those guys where he didn't need a bat to get players to come play for him. Like that's
No.
very possible.
No, he did not. Dude, Terrell Pryor to this day says if Coach K offered him, I would have never played
100%.
football.
But yeah, I don't really know. Like this is going to be a big thing in NIL and general antitrust stuff for college football.
Well,
So
I think, it's a good lesson for kids. If you sign your name on a piece of paper, you're likely going to have to fulfill that commitment when nobody, well, maybe your agent or dad force you. So actually you could have been forced.
Yeah. I'm also like, I'm very certain that his agent is also not a lawyer. So maybe you want to hire a guy that is supposed to read contracts.
I would also say
His agents can read contracts if they're not lawyers. However, it was a first-time agent that negotiated all of this.
I will say in that Damon Williams case, I believe he had a pretty notable agent from an established agency.
His agent quit.
And well, that's what I think that will raise red flags to the high profile college players. Like, okay, we just had an example of a guy signed to a significant major company.
Yeah, now that you say that, I'm a little confused how this ended up happening because like we just saw this whole thing play out. Like even if Miami got the buyout, maybe things change. But like I have no idea. I don't know. Miami just had a quarterback leave actually. That somebody's probably playing. But Ole Miss just had an edge enter the portal that's probably going to LSU. I'm pretty sure LSU's paying going to LSU, but LSU is paying a buyout to Ole Miss to get the player.
Oh yeah, so now
these are just buyouts are happening. Buyouts are now a thing, but like I don't know.
In a way, now that I am actually thinking about it, in European soccer, market value is primarily linked to contract length. So in theory, transfers are contract buyouts. I'm just realizing that now.
But apparently,
shout out me.
Apparently, there is an injunction hearing in front of a new judge.
Big word. Big word.
Scheduled for February 2nd. So Duke can't stop Mensah from being in the portal, but Mensah can't enroll at Miami or anywhere for the spring semester or football until.
So he's a Duke Blue Devil.
I don't know if he can even take. He can be in the portal, so I don't know if he can take classes or not. That's the problem. He just can't enroll anywhere.
Well, I know this from firsthand experience. If you are in the portal, I don't know his specific situation, but you can still take classes at your previous school. Example, Gary Bryant, former USC Trojan, when he was in the portal about to go to Oregon, he was a semester away from graduating, and hey, USC degree over Oregon, man. I think he's going to take that one. So Gary Bryant was in my
You might have to pay for that semester
while he was in the portal.
While you're in the portal, but like you could probably be a student. I don't think Darian's concerned about paying.
Question about this. I actually do not know the answer to this. Let's say you are a walk-on who enters the transfer portal and you do not find a new home. Just pure college academics. Would you still be enrolled? You're a walk-on, so you're not. Would you still be enrolled in that previous school?
I have no idea. It sounds like you should be,
because I've heard of examples of guys.
I think if you go looking to transfer as a student, like you can be
as a football player.
Like, but I'm saying as a normal student, you can transfer but be enrolled in your classes until you officially transfer. I'm assuming it's the same thing for the transfer portal. It's just whether or not you have a scholarship. You probably lose your scholarship.
Well, I'm assuming walk on.
If you're a walk on that has no scholarship, I don't think that it matters. It's just whether or not you get to go back on the team if you don't find anybody.
I was just saying, would you not be? They kick you out of the school too?
No, I don't think so. I think that I'm saying that you get to stay in the school unless you fully transfer somewhere. You just might not be able to get back.
Okay, because I've heard of examples of guys. There's been many guys in the portal who have not found a new home, gone back to their original team, asked to return to find out their spot's been filled.
Yeah, Grant, I just want to add this.
I don't know what those guys do from here.
One last thing for college football. Indiana is now the most recent school to go undefeated in both football and basketball.
Yeah, okay. So Indiana basketball, quick, we're getting off this fast, but they are without doubt a historical blue blood. Ever do you know the last well, it's right there, the last time they won a national championship in basketball?
Guessing it was the 75, 76.
Oh, no, it was
76.
87,
Oh,
87.
87.
But
That's what I have right here. I don't have the there.
yeah, no, but I was looking at that. I was like, I actually could believe that Mark Cuban, even though it costs a lot more, is much more willing to invest in the football team and basketball team right now, even though it's Indiana basketball. That's as big as it gets.
Yeah. I mean, football is kind of like that. That's your.
It's a new thing that it's like, shit, hey, we're on the top. Like, we
You've
kind of need
never
to
been
invest
good
in
at this
this.
before.
We don't
Like,
know where this is going to go.
yeah.
Like, we should try. It'd be pretty dumb of us to just
Be
like give
great
up.
if other schools took that mentality.
It would be. They
It would
don't,
be
though.
great.
They
It
don't.
would be great.
But
Okay.
what a season. What a season.
All right. Grant, let's get into the NFL here. A lot of things going on in the NFL right now. We've had a lot of coaching movements. We have games to preview. We have did we recap games last episode? I honestly don't even remember.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
But a lot of things going on. I guess first things first, Grant, let's acknowledge your current success at finding an offensive coordinator. Quite honestly, probably the best coordinator on the market for any team, let alone the Chargers situation. But Grant, yeah, Mike McDaniel is the Chargers' new offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I have spent the past 12 to 14 hours assembling all of my Mike McDaniel vape memes. I have them all. I have every single one of them. I can't get over the meme potential. The first group of people I thought of when this move happened were the Miami Dolphins fans who were saying Tua's better than Justin Herbert with a straight face. And to those people, I'm actually concerned for their well-being and how they're handling this right now.
Not well.
I don't even know how
I don't know how the Tua is doing.
Oh my goodness, I haven't checked in on Tuanon in a minute. I've not. They've kind of been inactive.
I don't blame them. I really don't blame them.
They may have shut down r/Tuanon, so it is rough right now. It is a tough time over there to be a Miami Dolphin, but no, this is truly one of the greatest things that's ever happened to Chargers. Okay, first, of course, let me just play fun here. I know all of this isn't going to happen. Somebody's tearing their ACL like next week.
Well, let's not pray for injuries, but
well, I obviously don't pray for them. I just accept them, and I know it's going to happen. So I'm not even going to act like it isn't. But like in a magic, we might be entering heaven right now. So getting Mike McDaniel. So hey, maybe we've
yeah. Are you sure you're
moved
on the Twilight Zone?
Maybe we've moved to a new era of Chargers, and like we're not charging ourselves anymore. It's gonna be tough to get out of that effort. It's gonna be really tough.
That's pretty hard to do.
But first, just in terms of the offense, Justin Herbert, if we can just get a center, okay?
Tyler Lindenbaum.
If we could just
on the market.
get a center, have those tackles healthy, have Hampton healthy, have the receivers healthy. I know what I just said. There's a 0% chance of it happening. I know. Pretend it will. That offense is exhilarating, Everett. Just the thought of it is exhilarating compared to what I have watched over the past 2 years.
You got Aronde too.
Cannot forget about Aronde. But we got options all over. I'm going to guess Mike McDaniel's going to add a couple of guys that he wants on the team too.
Jonnu Smith might be a new Los Angeles Charger, Grant.
He certainly will. Harbaugh is like the number one guy I've taken up washed up dudes that the coach likes. Number one, like insta sign. What? You love him as a guy? Get him on the team now. So yeah, we're gonna have.
Go get Jalen Waddle, Grant.
It might be the unction when it comes to the backup skill guys. It might be the full.
Raheem Mostert's coming back to the NFL.
Unfortunately, Keenan will probably not fit in Mike McDaniel's system. No. Most likely gone, but that's good. Maybe Ladd could play football again this year, so maybe. But It's exciting. It's exciting. I think
Hey, you guys are in the right spot to go draft a wide receiver in the first round right now if you wanted to.
could go take receiver. I think right now we could.
Possible.
But I'll be honest, I have not explored. I haven't done.
Will be there maybe.
Guess how many mock drafts I've done for the Chargers, Everett?
Big zero.
I haven't looked at. I'm not there yet. So
I'll
give you a better answer.
Progression yet.
I'll give you a better answer soon. But I just need to see Jared Stidham play. Before I really
stud muffin. Yeah.
Get a concrete thing for you there about the Chargers. I need to see Jared play first. Yeah. But it's exhilarating on that end. Second point, Jim Harbaugh. I literally think for the first time ever in his coaching career has just like put his shit aside and has hired a guy that they are running this whole thing. Now, Greg Roman was, running a majority of this Chargers offense. But with how they played, how conservative, running, killing clock, you could tell Harbaugh's like, our defense is playing so well. Like, you could tell they're working together as a team. But I think this is the first example in Jim Harbaugh's career where this offensive guy does not exactly line up with Jim Harbaugh's style of offense, running the ball, pounding clock, running clock. This is not his guy in terms of that sense, but I think this is showing growth. Okay, it's adapt or die in this league, Everett. And Jim Harbaugh's learning. The way for me to evolve is to actually give it up completely, because this isn't my thing. Offensive route scheme, that's not his thing. And guess what? It doesn't have to be. It's fine.
And guess who happens to be one of the best guys in the NFL
exactly.
doing that?
But I give Harbaugh a ton of credit here because, hey, correct me if you think otherwise, but I feel like Mike McDaniel isn't taking this job considering the other jobs he had. He's not taking this unless it's his show on offense.
No, I definitely agree. Also, like, he was San Francisco, might end up being open to at some point because I think they have a Kubiak and that might be a head coach hiring. And Mike McDaniel definitely has head coaching opportunities if you wanted it. Like, he could have waited.
He pulled out of it yesterday.
But he could have waited to go back to San Francisco if that opens. He could have gone to Tampa.
Head coach?
No.
Oh.
OC.
Okay.
He could have gone to Tampa to be OC. It wouldn't have been a far move from Miami. There's tons of, lots of places he could have gone or been a head coach. He chose the Chargers for a very specific reason.
Yeah, and hey, I don't expect Mike McDaniel to be here forever. So
it could literally be 1 year. It could be 1 year.
Just what I thought was going on with Matt Patricia. But I'm cool with it.
If it's 1 year, that's about to be the best offense you're going to ever see. As a modern Chargers fan. I know
1 year of Mike McDaniel, then go find a new OC or roll out Greg Roman again. You know what I'm taking every single time.
I just, as a fan, if I were a Chargers fan, I would see this and I would know, unlike years past, this team is willing to make strides, to make changes, to improve.
Hey, if shit isn't going well, guess what? Harbaugh's like, I'm going to improve it, which is refreshing. Yeah. It's been a while since I've felt confident in the guys making the decisions.
Initiative themselves, not waiting for contracts to expire or something like.
No. They know. Like, Harbaugh realized I let this shit run on for too long. Like, no, we're done here. This now reflects on me as a coach. Like,
but hey, if Jesse Mentor is poached as a head coach, Greg Roman could be back as the DC.
He's going to be the Baltimore Ravens head coach.
Greg Roman for the DC of the Los Angeles Chargers. It's right there.
No, hell no.
It's right there.
But I kind of expect Jesse Mentor to be the Ravens head coach.
That is what it sounds like. That is what it sounds like right now.
I mean, that is one of the best head coaching jobs available. So
kind of crazy. Following up, like, I'm also not surprised because it's a Harbaugh guy, like that the Ravens would then be hiring right after Harbaugh.
And Mentor is a John Harbaugh guy. That's how he got his start.
That's how he started. Is a John Harbaugh
not
guy.
Jim.
So it all makes sense. But following up, John Harbaugh is a very tough job.
Yeah. Okay. Lifestyle, great bump. Money, I believe he's the highest paid American coach ever. 20 mil a year. I believe he's the highest paid American coach ever in any sport. So I mean, his agent, they won. All right, they won. Okay, and whoever signed Kurt Signetti's deal, they won big. But it's going to be a lot to unpack. A lot to unpack moving forward.
But yeah, I mean, Mike, that's just you literally texted me and then you texted me. I feel like there's a 5% chance Mike McDaniels,
and then like 10 minutes later,
legitimately within the next half hour, I think you texted me
smirk,
eyes,
just a smirk emoji,
a smirk emoji or eyes or something. I hadn't even seen the first text message.
Oh yeah, no, cryptic as hell.
I hadn't even looked at my phone yet, and then I was like, oh, okay. And I looked on Twitter and it was like, yeah, Mike McDaniels has signed with the Chargers. Like, great for you guys.
Yeah, I'm actually most excited for Justin. I'm happy for him.
Hopefully that means you will get proper offensive line.
Okay, I was about to say he won the year, and then I'm just literally replaying in my head him getting killed on the football field. So I don't know if he won the year.
Well, he was in a Madison Beer.
Get Mike McDaniel at the end, but you have to die every Sunday.
Video. Also, maybe in a Madison Beer music video, potentially.
All right. I mean, it clearly wasn't him. He didn't have a leg sleeve on, and there was no Callaway golf hat, so it clearly wasn't him.
Definitely not. Definitely
clearly
not.
Wasn't.
Him.
Clearly wasn't.
Very tall guy. But yeah, I just great win for the Chargers. Another coaching thing from the other side of the NFL for my team. Brian Flores, literally right before we started recording this, has signed an extension with the Vikings. However,
I'm saying Wednesday, shit goes down, Everett. Shit goes down on a Wednesday.
It happens. However, he is able to entertain head coaching opportunities. It's just if he does not get any, he will be back with the Vikings to be our DC. For anybody, I'm looking at you Packers fans who said, yeah, he'll move laterally.
That's just for head coach, correct?
No.
Oh, so he could take a DC job?
There was a Packers fan reporter that was like, yeah, the Packers might try and go convince Brian Flores to get the DC job there because he was a head coaching candidate for them before they hired LaFleur. No, that's not happening. Jerry, Cowboys, not happening. Come on, guys. Come on now. What are we doing? It was always Minnesota or bust. But yeah, great day for the Minnesota Vikings in that regard to have him back. Very, very necessary. Hopefully. Otherwise, I don't know what we're going to do if he gets hired.
I feel like right now it's weird. One thing that, I haven't even addressed in a while just because I thought he was gone. Now I'm not sure. Matt Patricia's taken in-house visits as the Ohio State defensive coordinator right now. I kind of think he's staying.
I would not be surprised at all.
I kind of think he's staying.
Yeah.
I do too. I'm kind of still assuming he's leaving, but
I just don't know what I feel like he would. I don't know what.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
He would have probably taken one of these.
He would need to have
Patriots DC. They're not firing him.
Job. Yeah, they would need to have offered a DC job, or it'd be on the staff. Just a DC job in general.
Actually, this is a good point. Of the teams still in the playoffs, how does that work? Are they like Ben Johnson? When was he interviewing with the Bears?
You can't interview
until your season's done.
You can't interview essentially until you're eliminated. Starting like now, you can't.
Okay. So maybe some of them are waiting on one of these guys. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe.
But Grant,
you think Raiders, Tom Brady could just hire Josh McDaniels as head coach? Try it again. Why not? Yeah. Let's just do it again, Josh.
For our Raider friends' sake, let's not do that.
I think Tom Brady looks down on Josh McDaniel. Like he personally thinks he's just better than him.
I agree. I would probably do the same if I was in Tom Brady's position. But
sorry, that was kind of unnecessary.
One other thing before we get into the games, John Lynch, the GM for the 49ers, has confirmed that the 49ers have looked into the electrical substation issue. So
that's all he said.
That's all he said. He's given nothing, no other information.
Okay,
that's looked into it.
That's an elite non-answer right there. That's elite. Okay,
Which means that
he
they
answered the question. Okay, he addressed it and told you absolutely nothing.
No,
so
which means it definitely
teach
has
that.
caused issues. It has definitely caused issues.
Oh yeah, they're on the phone with everyone in Silicon Valley. Like, guys, nerds, I know you like. What the hell, guys?
What the fuck is going on here?
And all the nerds are like, we are not rebuilding this electromagnetic field shit. You better move your stadium again.
I don't. It's their practice facility more than the stadium.
Well, they're next to each other.
Yes, they are next to each other, which obviously for their sake, for convenience, is
let's just assume this is an EMP from Call of Duty. Let's assume there's a square mile radius of
not
impact,
good for their
and that the practice facility and stadium are close enough that it impacts both.
Yeah, which I'm not surprised by at all.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing their exposure being so constant at the practice facilities, probably the bigger problem.
They are not rebuilding the electromagnetic plant. Hell no. That was probably one of the most expensive ventures they've ever had to do.
That somehow was more expensive than Levi Stadium. Somehow, some way more expensive.
Probably quad up to 8x in costs.
But okay, Grant, let's get into the games here. Conference Championship, AFC and NFC.
Okay, we're starting with the bad one.
I was going to just start and go with time. I'd start with the AFC,
I just think,
which is also
real quick, the bad one. We could just try to do it. How can Denver win this game?
Look, I'm gonna be honest. Grant. I've seen a lot of Jared Stidham. I've seen a lot of Jared Stidham hype up. And yes, it might just be it. Let me finish. Let me get through.
I need
it. It might just be Broncos fans coping. It's very possible. Very possible. However,
I'd argue likely.
Very likely. However, big point first was, do you know who Sean Payton's very first free agent signing was when he got to the Broncos? No,
but I know what his first draft pick, who he traded up to get, was Marvin Mims.
His very first free agent signing was Jared Stidham, Grant. That was his very first order of business when he got to Denver.
How long has he been there? 2 years?
3 years now. This is his third year. Because he had 1 year with Russ, and then they got rid of him, and then to Bo next. So he's been here for 3 years.
It was dangerous.
Yeah. The danger witch was very present.
Watch out. It's spicy.
But very first signing for Sean Payton was Jared Stidham. Jared Stidham has apparently played very well in the preseason games, knows the playbook very well. I mean, he was kind of dogging the Raiders, or with the Raiders. I think they played the 49ers that last week of the regular season before he signed with the Broncos. 49ers had the best defense in the NFL that year, and he was playing lights out. So, I'm not saying by any means Jared Stidham is the next Nick Foles and going to go win the Super Bowl as a backup. But I do think that there is not as much credit given to Jared Stidham as, potentially that should be. Also, the line here being New England minus 5.5, Grant. If you just said Broncos starting backup quarterback, it's a mile high. But the Patriots are not even favored by a touchdown. That's suspicious.
Now, this is one thing
This is asking you to take Patriots.
But this is one thing I'll say, and I have tracked this very closely since starting the podcast. How lines shift with an injured player and specifically injured quarterback. In my opinion, the market overcompensates for that value, and they will make that spread a lot larger when it really isn't that big. So I think actually in Vegas's mind, the books probably tell them Broncos plus 2.5, 3.5, but they know the public doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Bullshit,
this game,
and they'll boost it. But yeah, no. I love your logic here.
Much closer than
Broncos
people think it's going to be.
Is 100% the play.
5.5, not 4.5. 5.5.
5.5, 100%. Now it's 100%.
Keep in mind, Broncos, one of the best defenses in the NFL. All right.
I'd say they second right behind Texans.
And the
not that far behind.
The Patriots
equal.
The Patriots, Will Campbell, same thing we talked about last week. Will Campbell was getting killed. Both sides, really, but Will Campbell specifically was getting killed.
Okay, maybe you can help me out with this here because I don't know this off the back of my head, but the one specific pass rush move that I saw Will Campbell struggling with, and this is kind of the meta right now for these edge rushers.
I think it was that swim
It's
move.
the speed to bull rush. It's
that's a big
starting
Danielle
speed
Hunter
and
move.
going into the bull.
That's a big Danielle Hunter
and,
move. But
and making these tackles take deep drop steps, getting them off balance,
already
and then you
does.
bull rush.
Will Campbell already takes deep drop steps, but like you can't do that and then protect.
Well, I'm just saying, like my issue with Will Campbell right now is that he's a little banged up and he's a little slow off the ball, which makes him overcompensate and take larger drop steps, and then that opens him up for the ball.
I
need to look what Nick Bonito does, but
my thing here is Broncos secondary, Texans secondary, both very, very good. Broncos defensive line, very good. Nick Bonito, very, very good.
All right, very concerning. I'm just reading right now. I don't know this. I don't know this, so I'm going off of what I literally just looked up online. But apparently, Nick Bonito, a top 3 fastest get off in the NFL.
Not good for Will Campbell,
which I'm going to guess means Will Campbell.
Grant.
For let me give you guys a visual example here. You're going to want to tune in to YouTube if you're on audio, but Will Campbell's in his set, okay? And he is lunging back, okay? His weight is on that left foot when he's dropping back, and then Nick Bonito murders him in cold blood.
Now, just remember.
You're welcome.
Remember how many turnovers that pressure generated for the Texans defense last week. Like, yeah, the Patriots put up 28 points. I'm pretty sure Drake May had more turnovers with fumbles than CJ did in the first half.
I'm just saying, Drake May right now is looking uncomfortable back there.
Like, it's only going – the Texans' defensive line obviously is the best one in the NFL.
To be fair, kind of every quarterback is
but the Broncos are right there with them. And Grant, what if O's was correct? What if it is Broncos and Rams? What if this is the prophecy he foresaw and Jared Stidham is to the Super Bowl?
Okay, 2 answers.
And it would make sense. He projected this final score of the Super Bowl, Rams 23
to 10
to 14.
Okay. Very, very reasonable.
Especially with a backup quarterback.
Yeah, no, very gettable. Very gettable. Yeah. No, O's he might be onto something.
The vibes are.
You can't deny that.
The vibes are all Broncos right now.
To have a week 1 prediction, like still be alive.
Not a preseason prediction.
A preseason prediction. Get this deep and still be live. All right, we're nearing territory. This is the greatest prediction since that one kid who was like perfect up until the Final Four in the March Madness that one year.
Yeah.
Whoever that guy is. Legend.
I'm gonna be honest. I have to roll with that, and I have to
money line.
I have to take the Broncos. I have to take the Broncos.
Money line. Okay, all right.
Take the Broncos. Somebody's got to do it on this podcast.
I know
you're taking the Patriots. I
2 answers to a Jared Stidham win as a Bo Nix dynasty owner.
It's a revenge game.
Ooh, yikes! I don't know how to think about it. I don't think Jared Stidham would be the starter over Bo Nix, but I'm thinking of the Twitter arguments I'm gonna see, and I don't know.
Stidham would get a bag though. It's the same thing that happened with Nick Foles and Case Keenum after those stretches. They became starting quarterbacks for another team.
And hey, the current crop of starters.
Malik Willis is the best quarterback on the market this year. Or Mac Jones.
Quick side tangent. I'm convinced, and he has to because Malik, but LaFleur is really, really good at coaching when Willis is in. He's like, oh shit, let me actually coach.
I gotta try him out.
He's like, shit, I actually gotta think right now.
Grant, one other wrinkle. Who drafted Jared Stidham?
Pats. I know that.
Yeah, and who did the Broncos play this weekend?
No, I know, but like he got drafted by Jared Mayo Pats.
No, he got drafted by Bill Belichick Pats.
Really?
Yes, 2019.
Jared Stubhuffin's been in the NFL for that 2019. Long? I think that's the most impressive part of this whole thing.
He was at the Patriots 2019 to 2021. The Raiders from then until 2020.
Whoa, his first name isn't spelled Jared. What?
Oh, that I
Jarrett. Oh, Jarrett. Not Jarrett Stidham. Okay. He's 29.
I'm rolling with
That
the Broncos.
shouldn't make me feel old, but it
I'm
does.
rolling with the Broncos at a bare minimum, though. If I were you and listening, and you don't want to be on the O's the Mentalist Broncos chain with me, Broncos plus 5.5, Mile High. What did Russ say? Broncos Nation,
Broncos
let's
country,
ride. Broncos country,
ride.
let's
Let's
ride.
ride. But like, football, hit it.
Yeah, you gotta hit
let's
it.
Ride.
And let's ride with the arms out.
Zoom in, pan in, cut into me. Let's ride. But yeah. We're screw it. I'll be on Broncos.
Oh, now we're definitely gonna lose. But I needed the vibe of
mine's
against
points,
all
though.
odds.
Mine's points. All right, Rams, Seahawks. I think we're on differing sides. I feel like a majority of people I hear, they're feeling one way, and I can't jump off them now.
I am
the last time I jumped off this team's bandwagon, they absolutely slaughtered.
I am taking the four-legged animals, I guess, and the conference champion round in the Rams and the Broncos. Yeah, I mean, look, the Seahawks slaughtered the 49ers. Obviously 49ers depleted. It's in Seattle, very hard game for them there. The Rams in a very close game with the Bears, much closer than I think I anticipated it being. This is a divisional game. Graham. We got to throw everything out the window here once again.
Oh, yeah.
Rams have always played the Seahawks very close. They've been in Seattle. I think they lost the game that was in Seattle last time by 1 point. I think it's a question potentially of who wants it more here. This could be Matthew Stafford's, sheriff goodbye, like Peyton Manning here. He goes in the Super Bowl. You win this thing. You walk off into the sunset. And you don't know if you're going to get here again. And Sam Darnold, based on, I know he is.
Well, real quick on that topic, don't know if we're going to get here again. I feel significantly more confident in the Rams.
I know. But I'm just more so saying, if you're just a player perspective, the perspective is always, you never know what happens. Like, you don't know if, Stafford's older, something could happen where he isn't in the playoffs, so you get eliminated again. Like, getting in the conference championship with a chance to play in the Super Bowl, like, every year is different. There's other teams that are really good every year. So you never know how this landscape changes. But you're one game out of it. You're playing a division opponent that you've played before. You've played really close before. This is the time that you can do. The Seahawks, you're the 1 seed. You're playing at home in front of your crowd. This is the first time that I think that they've been this close since Russ. It was in like the mid 2010s, like 2014, 2015, 16. Sam Darnold's.
Yeah, I mean, the last time Seattle hosted an NFC Championship game, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers walked into town and
come back.
Tremaine curse.
But Sam Darnold's proven me wrong at every corner this playoffs, and for that reason, it would make sense for me to say Sam Darnold is going to figure it out in this game. I do think he'll play well, and I think that he will disprove my whole, he didn't play well last year, he's not going to play well now. Clearly, he can play well. I'm not concerned about that. Defense is good.
I'll be honest, I am concerned about his oblique. And I know he played last week, but that passing offense was not
Sharp's
dynamic.
also
now, Rashid
being out.
Shaheed is the fastest player in the NFL, apparently.
Yeah.
But
Sharp's also being out does not help at all right now.
I think one thing about that, which I'm okay with, is right now Walker's running extremely well. This is another stat that I looked at, which I think bodes really well for Kenneth. Do you know how many games this season Kenneth Walker has carried the ball 20 plus times?
Just say 1.
0. He hasn't done it this year, which I think some people may think, ooh, yikes, doesn't really sound like
no,
to me
good for
that
him
equals
for longevity.
Legs equals good. Legs equals run. Legs equals go. I think Kenneth Walker might explode here. One thing that I'm looking at, the last game specifically, really tight, 38-37, that maybe the Bears have something to say about, but one of the best NFL games of the season thus far.
Yes, I'd agree.
And in that game, Matthew Stafford threw for 457 yards. Okay, Puka had 225. But what I find very interesting, let me pull it up real quick, make sure I have it exactly. Blake Corum and Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams, 23 carries, 70 yards. 3 yards a carry, long of 8. Blake Corum, 14 carries, 48 yards, 3.4 yards per carry, long of 9.
Yeah.
I think the Rams,
run the ball well.
They may be able to win this game with a shitty run game and Stafford goes hero again. But hey, that happened last time and they still lost. So
but
I
think the Rams won the game before that though. So
sure, but I think it is vital in this one in Seattle. You're gonna need to run. You're gonna need to be in third and short situations where it's a quick audible at the line because Seattle, it's going to be deafening.
I will also say, and I've said this since last year, Grant, one team has found a way to rattle Sam Darnold every single time that they play him. And yes, they put up a lot of points this last meeting and the Seahawks won, but the Rams kept it very close, even though their run game was clearly not very effective. And I do expect Sam Darnold to play better, like I said. But if it were to be one team on the line to go to the Super Bowl in the playoffs that I would be concerned at for Sam Darnold, given everything that he's played this year and last year, it's the Rams. The Rams,
I mean,
the Rams walked. We played the Rams on neutral territory last year, technically with the Fires and everything. And the Rams made Sam Darnold look so confused, so anxious, putting in pressure. And yes, this is now the third time.
Now, how much of that do we give Sam Darnold credit for? Shit, I now have to play on the Sodfather field. Whoa, that screws up my whole.
Yeah, but also remember they played the Rams twice last year, so it was a constant thing. And yes, now this is the third time they played this year, a fifth time they played in the last 2 seasons. So he cut it a little bit, but Sam has kind of had that issue with the Rams every game that they've played, even if they put up high points or low points. It's kind of been constant. So that's my thing to watch is the Rams defense and how they kind of rattles Darnold a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I assume Darnold throws 1 to 2 picks, and I don't give a shit. They could win despite it. Seahawks are showing me that. So I don't really care for Sam Darnold interceptions.
I disagree. I do think that they can cover up some turnovers and be okay, but I do think that the Rams, this is the time Sean McVay locks in. This is it. This is the time. Nut up or shut up, and this is for the Super Bowl on the line. And I don't know the last time that the Rams lost going into the if they lost a conference championship.
I have no idea about those numbers. Zero clue.
Let's just see how many.
Just look up Sean McVay NFC Championship game record.
Good call. Sean McVay.
I'm guessing undefeated. I'm guessing 2-0. Yeah, it's been 2 Super Bowls. 2-0.
I'm trying. It's not coming up. This is
almost lost that Saints one, but shout out Nickel Roby Coleman.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, he has not lost an NFC Championship game. He is 2-0.
Yeah.
So,
I will say
I'm gonna
though,
take that.
I would not be able to record this podcast next Monday if I pick against the Seahawks and then they win. I know. I don't think I could.
You have to.
So
I'm still sticking with the O's prediction either way, and I feel like there's justification behind it, not just behind just random.
Actually, I'm going Oppo. I'm going Oppo O's.
Oppo O's.
Seahawks Patriots. I was gonna say, maybe we have a Super Bowl rematch in every scenario, but I have no clue if the Rams and Broncos have ever played.
It would have to be Seahawks win, and then it didn't matter.
Yeah, Seahawks, both teams, literally in the
Rams
past 14 years have played in the Super Bowl.
Rams would only be Patriots, but I think. I'm taking Rams. You have to take Rams spread. plus 2.5. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a good weekend of games. I think either way it'll be close. So, what an NFL season. I mean, it's the picture of, Case Keenum, Nick Foles, Tom Brady, and Blake Bortles walking up to the Super Bowl stadium in 2017, 2018. This year,
I was thinking maybe a little Paul. Is that Paul Rudd? Look at us. Who would have thought we'd be here right now?
Who would have thought?
I was
But
feeling that.
it's Jared Stidham, Bo Nix. I saw a meme version of it's Bo Nix with crutches or a wheelchair, depending on your variation.
Okay,
Drake
actually,
May,
I got one
Darnold,
last.
and Stafford.
One last shout out of the day. Remember when Fernando Mendoza earlier this year said he's only on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is actually very true. Fernando Mendoza, I think, posted the funniest LinkedIn post in the history of that social media website. This is what Fernando Mendoza, I think this is his first post ever on his LinkedIn. Monday night, my teammates and I had the honor of raising the national championship trophy and bringing a college football title back to Bloomington, Indiana for the first time in history. With the guidance of our coaches and the unwavering support of Hoosier Nation, our band of brothers made the unbelievable believable. Here's what winning a national championship taught me about B2B sales. So he is now in an elite stratosphere of humor, which I did not know he had. And the legend of Mendoza only grows every day.
He's also one guy that I could see. He could go and have a 15-year career in the NFL, win Super Bowl MVPs, Hall of Famers, whatever. I'm saying he have a full 15 years. Like, he's in there for 15 years. Update LinkedIn the whole way. You're putting the MVP trophies, the comeback players of the year, so Super Bowl MVPs, Super Bowl, all that.
His number one achievement would be Walter Payton Man of the Year too. That'd be
that's up there. But after 15 years, a Hall of Fame career, everything, he's going to take that LinkedIn profile and he's going to apply to go open to private equity.
Oh, I was going to say he's going to drop an open to work the day he retires.
That also would happen. That also would happen. But that's
I think there's a chance that Fernando Mendoza might be the greatest thing to ever happen to LinkedIn. It wouldn't surprise me if they're traffic.
Considering people thought that he was a fake account for the first half the season. Yeah, that's
that one. I think he's being legit when he's like, "This is the only social." Yeah, no, I believe you. I believe
we've seen Fernando. Yeah,
with this is why I learned about B2B sales. All right, this guy's on LinkedIn. He is.
Oh, future Raiders quarterback, everybody. But with that. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching. Rate us 5 stars. You can find us on Spotify, TikTok, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. You can follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everstakes, now WaterboyGrant. We post new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on TikTok and Instagram as well. So make sure to check us out there. You shouldn't miss anything else. And with that, we will see you guys in the next episode. Waterboys out.